Welcome, everybody, to the Fast Track. Andy and Jim are breaking down this week's Shriners Children's 500 at Phoenix. Getting a much different course and setup than we've had previously. We had super speedways, pack racing. We just had a road course. Now we're getting this. It's much closer to a mile and a half to me than it is, a half mile or
Mile.
3/4. Yeah, so it's just over a mile. It's 500 miles. They're going to race, I think, 317 laps. So Phoenix is I like the track. It's beautiful. I love like the desert.
Yeah.
Like the desert is so cool. That and Sonoma, like man, when they're just racing around, you got all those cool. Like I love it. So
I like everybody who tailgates up in the mountains
yes,
instead of
it's
getting
great.
seats. Like that looks like a good time.
How awesome! Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that might be a little bit of a bucket list. I'm
Mhm.
going to the mountain to look down on Phoenix. So, all right. One of the big things this week is this weird tire. What's going on with the tire here, Jim?
So they tried this at Richmond last year, and again, this is something they're trying to use to make this package, this new car, a little bit more exciting. And it's also modeled a little bit after Formula One. Okay. And IndyCar. IndyCar does it as well with the different tires. So we have an advantage tire that is going to be, what do they call it? A preferred tire, I believe. Um, they're going to have two sets of these. Now, last year, Daniel Suarez was the first guinea pig, him and Michael McDowell, to move on this tire. And they went from 30th up to like 7th and then dropped back a little bit when the tire went away. So, two guys that aren't really known for tire saving use this tire to get themselves into a good position. And then, of course, it's going to fall off before your standard tire. So, I am really interested what the drivers that know how to work tires, i.e., Denny Hamlin, great at tire, probably the best, right? Denny and Brad, maybe best
Brad's
tire
great.
wear.
Kevin Harvick was insane.
Oh, he's the best.
He was the
Best.
best at it. Ryan Newman was an all timer at those. So
So it's intriguing to see how this is going to work. They're going to have two sets. Most teams, the word is they're going to save the sets for the final stage. Now,
absolutely,
if the whole field goes on these tires,
no
what does
advantage.
it matter? It doesn't matter. So you're going to want to look for the guys that are going to be off schedule. If there's one guy that is willing to take a risk and be off schedule to everybody else, who is it?
To me, it's
Brad.
Brad.
It's Brad.
Brad Kozlowski. Yeah.
Brad is the king of the Hail Mary at the end of a race. Stay out when you have no gas. just see what happens. So I am really interested in Brad at the end of this race. It's going to be fun to watch.
All right. Well, let's get into some of the betting odds. What any other news and tidbits before we get into the betting odds here? We got a Cindric penalty, right?
Yeah, Cindric got hit with a penalty for pitting a driver using the pit maneuver. Great way to lose your points. So now he's bottom of the barrel as far as points go. So don't be surprised to see him try to squeak out some stage points at the end. I would stay away from him as far as an outright, especially at this track too. Not like it's his best track anyway, but he's got a real big hole to dig out of. Other big news: Chase Briscoe's penalty is gone. So where he was in a massive hole to start the season, he is square one and sitting pretty, and that car looked good last week.
Kyle Larson
Kyle Larson
got a penalty for the
lost some
tire.
pit crew members. I believe he still has his crew chief. I didn't see if they said that Cliff was out or not. But Larson has not looked great to start the season.
He's the
So
worst Hendrick. We were talking
yeah,
about this. That's
it's amazing.
wouldn't have expected that, but
No, he's going to come alive. Well, look, it's Kyle Larson.
yeah, he'll
He's
be all
going to
right.
come alive, but that's concerning. Denny Hamlin's been a non-factor. So I think we're about to hit a swing here. Kyle Busch, tipping the hat to him last week, raced his butt off in that road race. A really surprising finish from him. So be interesting when we hit the cookie cutters here where everything goes.
All right. You mentioned something. DraftKings is letting you parlay top tens. I think this is crazy. Um, trying to pick two people in NASCAR to finish top 10 feels pretty tough.
Mhm.
However, track like Phoenix, I'm at least willing to entertain the thought.
Well,
Christopher Bell is an obvious choice, and to me, it's probably William Byron to finish in the top 10. He's looked fantastic. You could probably talk me into Chase Elliott. I think he's
Mhm.
looked amazing. We talked about what he did last week was like nothing short of amazing. So
If he doesn't get wrecked in that first turn, he is. uh,
yeah,
If
he's
there was
racing with him
5
at
more
the end.
laps in that race, he was going to be there
Yeah,
at the end.
yeah.
It was pretty impressive.
Tyler Reddick could be an interesting one at a pretty good price. He's looked pretty good. He's always solid. So I don't know. I just Blaney runs good here. I don't know why. I can't get behind these Fords just yet.
Mhm.
I got to see it a little bit.
Well, Ford
Um,
notoriously runs better in the second Phoenix race than they do in the first.
yeah, yeah.
At the end of the year, a little bit different temperatures going on. That car just seems to turn up when it starts getting cold late in the season.
Um, I mean, listen, Brad at plus 150 is interesting to me.
Mhm.
Any Hendricks car at plus money is interesting uh, at this point. Um, so
They've looked good. Josh Berry at plus 100, really good short flat racer here in a
yeah.
Ford package. So you're a little worried there, more of a Penske satellite team, but very good short flat racer.
Uh, Shout out to DraftKings for being absolutely terrible
Mhm.
on their matchup. What is this?
I think they're terrified.
What is this?
They have no
God,
idea.
awful.
Everybody wants to see qualifying right now to see what happens with this tire and who's
Yeah,
playing with it and who's not. Either that or DraftKings has just phoned it in on the market at this
yeah.
point.
I did laugh when they did Chase Elliott versus Ross Chastain.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I got to be honest, Christopher Bell at minus 130 over Kyle Larson. I don't think Kyle Larson can turn it on at this track. We see these teams that when they start off slow, it takes them a couple months
Hmm.
to really get there. Now they will get there, but in the meantime, if Kyle Larson's the worst Hendricks guy, I'm only laying minus 130 on a non super speedway. You know, I think that's a solid look at minus 130. I just don't see it from Larson so
Hmm.
far. And not for nothing. Okay, super speedways, whatever. But come on, losing a wheel at the road course. By the way, it wasn't like he was
No.
running down the leaders
Mhm.
there. So I know it's completely different track, but Christopher Bell 2 wins in a row. I'm not fading that guy anytime soon.
Definitely not. Definitely not. This Denny Hamlin Kyle Busch thing is interesting.
It's not
Kyle looked great last week.
again got the absolute most out of the car. Car was dead to the world at the end,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it was
Used
dead
it
to
up.
the world.
Used it up. Denny's bad at road courses. This
Yes,
situation benefits Denny, but minus 170.
it's laughable. It's a
This
NASCAR
is
race. Come
Denny who
on.
can get a road penalty at the drop of a hat. Right? It's like of all the guys. And honestly, I haven't seen it from Denny this year. I got big questions about Denny Hamlin the rest of this season. Is he done, man? He's an owner of a team. He's got stuff going on. He's got his podcast going on. Is the Denny of old going to show up at some point this season? I don't know.
All right. So isn't if you ever have a bet on Denny Hamlin and you hear this, you hear the announcers go, and green flag pit stops are complete. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Speeding. You're like, it was Denny.
Yep.
Speeding on exit. The number 11 gonna have to come back down to pit road. He's the king, absolute king of
The
it. So
first pit stop of the season, he overshot the box. The first, like Denny, you've been around long enough to know.
on a super speedway where you get absolutely no
Yeah.
advantage by that whatsoever. If it's at Martinsville, I get it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
so um yeah, race props. Were you interested in any of the you want to talk about your top Ford for road courses?
So Chris Buescher is just looking to me like he's just gonna be the best Ford on road courses. Cindric has a shot, but he hasn't shown up. He's a good road course racer, but he just hasn't shown up. Don't go by these numbers. We're talking
We're
road
talking
courses
road
here.
courses
But
based
like,
on what we watched last week.
yeah, like who's a Ford
Logano's worthless these
done?
days.
Blaney cooks his brakes on every road course. He still doesn't know how to set up his brake bias for a road course. Brad, not a great road course driver. Noah Gregson, Cole Custer, Gilliland. Like who's the second? Gilliland could be the second best Ford that's out there on road courses. It just seems like it's Chris Buescher or nobody if you're going
Yeah.
to bet that market road course wise. This week, I'm not going against Blaney.
All right. Winning manufacturer. Listen, you could talk me into the Chevy and Toyotas.
This is your week, buddy. This is the
Yeah,
thing.
this is where we play. You put a unit on Chevy, you put a unit on Toyota. As long as they win, you're bringing home a unit. So
Mhm.
I don't believe in the Fords just yet. Blaney's the big scary one. So, I mean,
Well, like, well,
you could do that, and then you could, if you really wanted to protect yourself, throw a
mhm.
small, little play on Blaney. But I think this is the classic. You can pick the Chevy and the Toyotas. So,
For me, it's Chevy. For me, it's Chevy. Reason being, what Toyotas do you have that could win this race outright? Christopher Bell,
yeah, I'm not.
and
I
it's
I
not Ty Gibbs.
I'm not ruling out Denny. Looks good. Reddick, he'll
Reddick's got
randomly
a shot.
like Tyler Reddick he will randomly show up and all like why does Reddick have the best car
Yeah.
this week? Like so it does happen with him, but yeah, Bell, Reddick, and Hamlin. I'm not ready to write off Denny Hamlin just yet. So
Chase Briscoe is going to be sneaky this week. Really good at this track. Car looks great. I'm very interested to see there. So keep your eye on Chase Briscoe. That just makes me feel like it's Chevy, though. You get so much more with Chevy. You're getting Ross
yeah,
Chastain, who's fantastic here. You're
Byron,
getting Kyle Larson,
Elliott,
William
all the
Byron, Elliott,
Hendricks.
Ross,
Yeah.
Kyle Buschby as the setup. That Alex Bowman cars look great. Carson Husavar, sneaky good here. Not
Hmm.
afraid to shove it in somewhere and get a position. So I think there's more of an edge on Chevy.
Okay. All right. Let's see. We went 1-1 in our picks last week. We hit the easy one, and really, honestly, if we're just full disclosure, we should have just had the one play, which
Mhm.
is Van Gisbergen
Yeah.
against Zilich. But we tried to fade Kyle Busch, didn't work. But I got to tell you, if Bowman doesn't get that penalty and sent to the back, I think we win that
I think we do too.
because Bowman was reeling him in at the end, and yeah. So, all right, you ready to do the Stenhouse Award?
Let's do it.
Okay, Ricky Stenhouse Award. If you're new, the Ricky Stenhouse Award is in honor of Ricky Stenhouse, who had a stretch where it was every week where he was making the biggest boneheaded decision. He still does it. Is that a little better? But so we award the dumbest and worst move of the week. So at Atlanta, it was Hosfar pushing the wrong manufacturer to the lead. Daytona, Stenhouse Rex Logano, that was a
Mhm.
no-brainer. And then the at the Clash, the local drivers, they tried to pump up the local drivers who just got annihilated. So the nominees, which there's really only one, is Chastain bombs into turn one, first turn on the race. It takes out Chase Elliott in. Not only was it, not only did it look bad, the announcers couldn't even save him. Like oh yeah, that's bad. Like
Mhm.
Harvick was like, yeah, that's bad. You can't do that.
I like how
On,
they started. Well, let's see. Let's see what happened. Oh yeah,
let's see what happened.
that's
Oh, he
bad.
didn't touch his brakes till he's halfway through the turn. Honorable mentions. I love when teammates wreck each other. Suarez spins and his teammate Zillich runs into him. Briscoe gets in Ty Gubbs and spins him again at teammates. But Jim,
It's a
this is
slam dunk.
yeah, it's everything that we love about this award because it was a ridiculously stupid move. It had no chance of working, by the way. I don't know
None.
what I don't know what
Zero.
the plan was. It took out one of the favorites, and it was on the first turn of the first lap, which there's no reason to push it that hard.
They
Everything
weren't. He
about that
wasn't
was
even at the apex of turn one, and he was into his bumper. Like before they're even turning the wheel, he's into Chase. It
really,
just
really
was
bad.
a really obnoxious, stupid move from Chastain. Like you have the whole race. The whole race.
Yes. So
Relax, buddy.
congratulations, Ross Chastain. You may not have won the race last week, but you did win the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Award. So, all right. Anything else we got for this one, or does that about do it for us?
No, we're excited to get past these road courses and speedways. We're starting to get into the season now. We did go 1-1, but like you said, reads were good. Bowman, if he does not spin, he's there. I think the volatility, something I heard this week, and I agree 100%. When we change cars and in any kind of sport, when things change, eventually the cream rises to the top. And I think we're starting to see that this year. These long shot winners,
No, they're not happening.
no, I think we're going to get back to where we were 3-4 years ago, where it's just the usual suspects. You know who to bet on a flat track. You know who to bet on a super speedway. You know who to bet at Bristol, right?
Yeah.
So I like our reads. I like where we're going. Um, I think we just keep doing what we're doing. The top 10 parlays are very interesting to me. I think at certain courses, you're going to have some options there, but you're still going to have your bonehead moves. And hey, tip of the hat to NASCAR for having a great race last weekend. I thoroughly enjoyed Coda. I thought it was fantastic.
I thought it was interesting that nobody moved anyone at the end
Yeah.
when they could have. They could have moved Kyle Busch earlier. Plenty of chances to get to the fender, get to the bumper, and they didn't. And I wonder if that was a real. I wonder if that has been. They have been told, you're not no more of these late cautions. Like, you want to do it in the last turn, okay, but we're not bringing out these cautions with 3 laps to go. So
No.
I thought that was interesting. All right, well, all right. So let's do this every week. Let's do your top 10 parlay.
Top 10 parlay?
Let's
Okay.
let's try this out.
All right. Let's try it out here. All right. I'm not going to go so much with the usual.
Yeah, you do one, I'll do one. We'll see how
Okay,
this.
all
We'll
right,
see how
look.
this works.
Ryan Blaney has finished second. Or second, third, 4 races in a row here?
Okay.
It's ridiculous. So give me Ryan to just survive and
Okay.
get through this top 10, okay?
All right.
From here, I'm going to go not with Chris Bell because, look, 3 races in a row, that is hard to do in NASCAR. There is so
Yeah.
much volatility that just can hurt you. But I just love the way this car has looked so much to start the year. Give me Chase Elliott, top 10. Blaney and Elliott, hey, they're friends. If we can get these guys running behind each other, they're not going to wreck each other.
Yeah.
They're going to work their way to the front together. Minus
All right.
125.
All right, so you got Blaney and Chase Elliott. That leaves me with I think William Byron has looked really good. I think he's got a good car, and you know what? I'm going to go with Tyler Reddick. It's me a little plus money. Reddick
Nice.
just kind of shows up. It was kind of one of those where he kind of, I don't want to say appeared out of nowhere, but saved his car, and there he was at the end. And honestly, man, it does kind of fall off here. This you feel like once you get past, now you're betting on Chris Buescher and Josh Berry and Ty Gibbs. Like, come on, Tyler Reddick and William Byron, they should be better. So
Yeah,
that's going to be my.
You need some good numbers to play these guys straight.
Yeah,
These numbers are rough.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, those are our top 10 parlays. So,
Like it.
Yeah. All right, if you guys are interested in our official plays that we use to build our own bankrolls with, those are at wagertalk.com. Just go to wt.buzz/AL. We've got our UFC pack that is up, and we are running our special buy 2 months, get one free. We always preach long term. We're up 93 units, 2023, 127 units in 2024. And Jim, what do we always say? These are plays that we bet with our own money. There's not too many handicappers that can say that. So we've been building bankrolls for a while, and really, really looking forward to helping you guys build your bankroll. If you want to take your bankroll serious, join our Discord, the Winning in the Shadows Discord channel. A lot of like-minded people that take this serious. These are not bets for casuals. These are not bets for big bets on nationally televised games, 10-leg parlays. These are going to be bets that are off the beaten path, off the radar, soft lines, but that's what it takes to build bankrolls. We are interested in one thing, and that is money. So if you're interested, join the Discord. And don't forget to hit the like button, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Good luck on your plays. I can't wait to watch Phoenix, man. It's one of my favorite tracks. So I'd say Darlington's number one. Darlington's always been my favorite track.
That's your number one, really?
Number one. I
Get
just
out. Okay.
love Darlington. I
Nice.
love when every car, the right side is scraped up. I love that. It's my favorite. So, and then you got the Minnow Pond story with
that's
Darlington.
always good.
It's such a goofy track. Like, can you imagine nowadays if someone were like, I would like to build an oval? Well, not necessarily an oval. I want one side to be banked, and then they come back around, and then it's flat on the turns. It's such a goofy track. It's a one of a kind. You'll never see it. So, yeah, my heart always lies with Darlington. So, all right, good luck on all your plays, and we'll see everyone next week on the Fast Track.
Thanks, guys.